Good afternoon. This is Jacqueline Anderson, and this is my 7th grade language arts, and I'm going to be teaching today character analysis essay about Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. And one of the first things that we want to be noted is that we're going to be focusing on Common Core Standards 7.1, 7.2, and 7.4. The essential question for today is how do individuals use an action to demonstrate perseverance? Okay? And what we're going to do is remember that I had offered you these diagrams that you could use for your essay. And the reason why I chose these is because it will help you write your essay. It becomes a blueprint. You know, you remember Mackenzie, which one that you chose? Which one did you choose? I mean, for the one of these. Remember we were doing this one day in class. Which one did you choose? Cassie. You chose Cassie. And then Andrea, which one did you choose? We chose Cassie. Okay, so we'll start with Cassie. Okay. And then can we put her here? Can we put her here, Morgan? Huh? Yeah. Okay. Okay, can we put her here? Yeah. On this diagram, Madison? Yes. Can we put Cassie there too? Yes. Okay, on that paper it says a character's motives are the reasons for his or her action. Motives are usually related to what a character wants, needs, or feels. Okay, over here, powerful motives include love, anger, fear, greed, jealousy. Think about what motivates each of the characters, and then you use the diagram, right? Okay, so we chose what? She's bold.
Courageous.
She's courageous.
And independent.
And independent. Now, in these three qualities, when we were cultivating and creating our paragraph. Paragraph 1, our thesis paragraph, is going to do what? It's going to tell me what you want to tell me, right? Okay, this is the thesis paragraph, right? And what we're going to do is introduce those three qualities about Cassie. Okay, those three qualities. Three qualities about Cassie. Okay, and so by introducing those three qualities of Cassie, that is telling me, the reader, what you want to tell me. Isn't that correct?
If you're in the building, please.
Okay, so if you're telling me, the reader, about Cassie's bold, courageous independence, what is it that I'm going to expect to find in the next paragraph? You're introducing these qualities from Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry, and what is it that I'm going to be expecting?
You seeing the qualities that she
Absolutely, you.
Evidence.
Exactly. If I make an assertion, I got to back it up with evidence, right? Okay, so then when we move to paragraph, this is the body of the paper. Okay? In the body of the paper, you're going to tell me. Okay? Tell me what it is that you want to tell me. Tell me. That's what you do. That's what the body is. So, if you make an assertion about being bold, okay, you make an assertion here, what are you going to have to back it up with?
Evidence.
Evidence, right. You made the assertion, and you're going to back it up with evidence. Where is this evidence coming from, class?
From the text.
From the text. Text. It's coming from the book. Am I not mistaken? It's coming from the book. So it's text-based evidence is what we'll call it. Okay? Now, when we moved on, are we going to do the same thing with courageous?
Yes.
We're going to talk about courageous. One of the examples of courageous is when she what?
When she asked Big Ma why did she have to apologize.
She asked Big Ma why does she have to apologize to Lillian Jean. Lillian Jean was a white girl in the segregated South in Mississippi in the 30s, correct?
Yes.
And she's a little 9-year-old and she can't wrap it around her mind. Why does she have to apologize when she and her daddy pushed her down in the dirt, correct? Yes. She wants to know why. And she cannot process that. So she, what? she said, I'm going to ask. So I expect to see this in the text. In the body of your paper, I expect to see that. Am I right or wrong?
Right.
You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You cannot make an assertion without backing it up with what?
Evidence.
Everyone say?
Evidence.
Exactly. So that's the same thing. Now, when we moved on to the next one, which is independent, what are we going to talk about independence? Are we going to say something about her independence? Say, we can make a paragraph right here about independence. You can have one for bold. You can have one for courageous. And that could be paragraph number 2. Paragraph number 2 here. Paragraph number 3 here. Paragraph number 4 here, correct?
Right.
And we will be able to extract information from the text, right? And by extracting that, that means we have enough meat. This is the meat of the paper. And I want to see that when you're writing. Don't leave something dangling, because if you put it out there, me, the reader, I'm waiting to find out why, that you didn't back it up with evidence. And you have your evidence. How did we say we were going to cultivate the evidence? We were going to put them on 3x5 cards, right? So we wouldn't have to be going back to the book, correct? So you'll have a pink card, a green card, a yellow card, a white card, with all of your evidence for these 3 qualities, okay? And by having the evidence for those 3 qualities, that tells the reader, that they know and you've done your homework, okay? You've opened up the door for the reader to just breeze on through your essay, okay? Now, when I've gotten all this done, and you've done your rewriting, your editing, and everything like that, we're coming down to the bottom, which is your conclusion. Now, what is the conclusion going to do? The conclusion is going to be what? Tell me what you told me. Okay? Meaning you're going to go right back in here, retell it another way. You're going to talk about her qualities, which were bold, courageous, and independent. You're going to back it up with some other, you can rewrite and reconstruct the information about her qualities, because all you're doing is restating this in another format. That's what that means with tell me what you told me. Meaning you already told it to me here in the body of your paper. When you get down to your conclusion, you're going to tell me what you told me. How many people understand what I just said? How many people do not understand what I just said? Because me, the reader, I need to know. I need to know that you have followed everything that you introduced to me in your thesis paragraph. You put it out there. Now, if you decide that you want to talk about courageous and bold in a different order, then you put them in the order that you want to talk to me about them. Okay? Because I don't want to be in the paper looking for bold at the top and bold is coming at the end. You see what I mean? So a lot of times you decide how you want to put it out there. Okay? Because either way, courageous first, bold second, or even like this, you could leave it like that, because that's fine. Because that tells me that you know what you're doing, and how to go about getting it there, so that you can have this perfect paper. Okay? Because what we're trying to do is to answer all of her characteristics is going to answer the essential question about perseverance, and because Cassie is the protagonist in the story. Remember what we said about her being the protagonist, right? She's the protagonist, and the protagonist in this story, did I have it on this paper? But I had it on another paper, right here. She's the main character, and often good or heroic type, and that's who Cassie is, correct? She's the narrator, number 1, right? And she's the protagonist in the story, because she is the one driving the story. She is the one that you hear and feel, and you can, visualize her talking to you from chapter 1 through chapter 12. Okay? All right, so any questions? So that means that I can get the kind of essay that I want from you, right? Andrea, you understand? Morgan?
Yes, ma'am.
Alicia? Lanicia. I can never say that right. Lanicia. Autumn. Mackenzie. Madison. Baby girl. Anaya.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate your time, and I'm going to expect A+ papers from everyone.